Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha has written to Prime Minister Modi today protesting against the centre's push to promote Hindi on the government's social media accounts and in other communication. With criticism from several other regional parties as well, the centre now says that the circular was meant for Hindi-speaking states.
There will be a backlash in non-Hindi states, especially Tamil Nadu.
Senior Congress leader from Tamil Nadu, P. Chidambaram, warning the centre to be prepared for a backlash against its diktat to all bureaucrats and government departments to use Hindi first in all official tweets and posts. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha has shot off a strongly worded letter to the Prime Minister, saying the government must modify the instruction to ensure that English is used on social media. This is a sensitive issue, and it causes disquiet to the people of Tamil Nadu. The NDA's own allies in Tamil Nadu, the PMK and MDMK, today condemned the push for Hindi, with the PMK chief saying in a statement, imposition of Hindi unacceptable. Declare all 22 languages as official languages of India. DMK chief Karunanidhi was the first to slam the move yesterday, warning that language battlefields have not dried. Experts caution the BJP should take lessons from neighbours.
Pakistan paid a big price by trying to promote Urdu in Bangladesh. Sri Lanka, they tried to, stamp out minority languages.
The Home Ministry advisory has touched a raw nerve not just in Tamil Nadu but also in the Hindi heartland of Uttar Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir.
अपनी भारतीय जो भाषाएं हैं हिंदी के अलावा तो उनको भी हमें इग्नोर नहीं करना चाहिए.
एक ज़बान एक तरह जो है लोगों पे ठोस नहीं सकते हो.
Against the principles of linguistic equality.
But the BJP is so far unmoved by the build-up of protests.
क्या देश की राष्ट्रभाषा हिंदी नहीं है? मेरे विचार से तो हिंदी है. जिस प्रदेश सरकारों की बात करें प्रदेश सरकार वहां अपनी भाषा को बढ़ावा दे.
The Modi government's Hindi priority order has certainly triggered a wave of perceived threat for regional languages. The big question, with an absolute majority, would the BJP want to pursue this firefighting or use it for development? In Chennai, with camera person Sukumar, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
Well, is the centre's move to promote Hindi justified? That's the question we're asking tonight on a debate where joining us this evening, U.R. Ananthamurthy, well-known author, joins us tonight from Bangalore. Vasanthi Stanley, spokesperson of the DMK, joins us from Chennai. Professor Rakesh Sinha, professor and RSS ideologue here in the studio with us. Alik Padamsee joins us this evening from Mumbai, and we'll also be joined by Meena Kandasamy from Chennai and Nalin Kohli, the BJP spokesperson, in just a little while. Let me first ask you, Vasanthi Stanley, that this evening the government has clarified and said that this circular was really only meant to promote Hindi in Hindi-speaking states. Does that assuage the DMK's fears that Hindi was being pushed down the throats of everyone, including non-Hindi speaking states? Are you satisfied with that clarification?
No, first of all, bringing about this issue, when all the other priority issues are pending, why should they first trigger this out? Number one. After that, now saying that only for the Hindi-speaking states means the order of his official memorandum is very clear. They have said that all the medias, it should be prioritically, it should be only in Hindi, and then if need be, it can be in English also. Okay, so where is the question of telling them that this is only in Hindi-speaking states? Where already it's a Hindi-speaking states, why should they promote Hindi now? Why should they bring about this problem first of all?
Okay, so you believe, one, that it's not a priority issue, that this was an unnecessary debate that was invoked by the government. That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's what our leader has also said. He has very clearly said that where lots of priority issues are there pending before the government. It's a newly formed government. Modi ji, he has showed that he will develop the nation like he has showed the Gujarat model also. Where is the question of now bringing in this official language problem now?
Okay. We've got the BJP spokesperson Nalin Kohli here with us. So Nalin, let me ask you straight off. The DMK says it doesn't buy the government clarification. Was this really the most important issue for the Modi government to have touched on virtually the day after Mr. Modi was sworn in?
Honestly speaking, I think an issue is they're trying to make an issue of something that really is not an issue. And I wouldn't blame them. Probably they're looking for something to remain politically relevant. Because, hundreds of circulars come out from Government of India on a regular basis. Now, if the DMK is really going to start looking at every circular and saying what is the motive behind it, that's not. You should take the government's point of view straight. And since when ever has the BJP, anyone said we are standing for imposing a language? Hindi is the national language. But if all of us...
It's not the national language. We don't have a national language.
Maybe in that sense you're saying it is accepted. A large part of India speaks Hindi. So does a large part speaks English. 41%
of India speaks Hindi as per the census.
Okay,
so
I'll accept your words. But it's large. Oh, it's a large. 40% of India is a lot. What is the number 2? Why don't you tell me? Okay, then tell me what in the 60%. How do you divide that?
No. So the point.
If you are going on statistics,
you call it a national language when it's not.
No, let me finish my point.
It is the official language along with English.
It is the one minute. Hold on. Let me finish my point.
One second.
May I just finish my point, madam? I'm sure you may add to it.
Give me a second. Yeah.
Let me just finish my point, then I'm sure you may want to add something. So the point that I was saying, madam, may I just finish my point, please?
Go by numbers.
Why don't you let her speak?
No. Okay, no, Miss Stanley, I'll just give him 30 seconds, I'll come back to you. Yeah, finish. Yeah.
So my point is very this, there is no question of imposition of a language. I can say many of us speak multiple regional languages too, and with pleasure. So I think the government...
The moment you say it's national language, that most people speak it, that's an assumption that is made.
No, I think
most people don't
it's an unfair assumption. I think we are playing with words and nitpicking on it. Because when the intent is not there, that's the most critical thing. There is no intent to impose it on anyone. Now, I mean, by the same logic, a Hindi-speaking person who can't read a word of English will say you're imposing English on him because the whole administrative work of Government of India happens in English. So I think, we are getting into an area which is really not required.
Okay,
because everyone, when there is no intent to impose it in that sense, if it were declared as, all work would be done in that way, everyone has to comply with it, then I may have seen an argument coming our way. But in this case,
I'm going to go back to what the circular says and what another Home Ministry circular says in a moment. But Vasanthi Stanley, you wanted to make a point on numbers before I come to the rest of the panel.
Yes, not only numbers. 40% he said. For this, our founder leader, C.N. Annadure, he has already made it very clear in the Rajya Sabha. If you are going to make any language on the number basis, then only a crow, because they are more in numbers in our country, so crows have to be made the national bird and not the peacocks. They are very less in numbers. Okay, you can't justify anything only on number basis. Number 2, he said that we want to keep ourselves politically alive. Okay, this is not the only issue that we are going to keep ourselves politically alive. That BJP did not have to teach our leader how to keep ourselves. So many times we have been, but in the oppositions, we know how to keep ourselves. Not only this issue, whatever officially is being coming out of the government as official memorandums, we will keep watching it. Not each and everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, he's asking, is it possible for us to do? Yes, it is our duty to do that. Okay. Not only that.
Okay, you're saying that you will
one more thing. If DMK is doing this, one minute, ma'am.
Yeah.
If DMK is to keep ourselves politically alive because we don't have any representation.
I just want one comment.
I would like to ask why Madam Jayalalitha, she has also raised the same issue.
Come back to
this fascinating. Cockroaches or ants are more than crows, so we're going to say we need a national. But come on, we are really taking this argument into the area of the absurd.
No, you said on
nobody
number
is saying
basis.
This.
You said
I never said it's being imposed, madam. You're going into the and I respect your views.
Please request everyone.
I respect her views. She's entitled to her views, but let's talk
about
it.
Let me get the rest of the panel in. Mr. Ananthamurthy, let me bring you in here. If we could bring the mics down. Mr. Ananthamurthy, you also heard the Government of India's clarification on this matter today. Are you satisfied with that? I ask you the same question. Or are you satisfied with what Nalin Kohli says, that there is no move to actually impose Hindi on people who don't speak it as their natural first language? Or do you really believe that there is more to this circular than meets the eye?
I welcome his statement, but I have a fear that this is a first step, and more steps will be taken as time goes on. Because one of the ideals of the Savarkarian philosophy is to accept Hindi as the national language. But I feel that we are multi-centered, that every Indian language is a national language. And our greatest poet in our own times was born in Bengali, a regional language. And any regional language is capable of producing the greatest writer. And in the past it was Kalidasa in Sanskrit, and hence we should keep it multi-centered. Otherwise it will hurt our federalism. That is the most important thing. The federalism will be hurt. South India will feel that it is not empowered, that a Hindi man is more empowered than a South Indian man. And no democracy should empower a person through language. That's why we keep English, which is difficult for all of us and which is neutral. We should not kill our regional languages. And all the North Indian states which speak Hindi should use Hindi as official language. We should use Kannada as official language. But when we work with the center, I think it is better to use English because it is quicker and easier. It's only an instrumental language.
Okay.
I don't think we should give up. And there's
Okay.
one more point.
Yes.
If you make the South Indian learn Hindi in order to get on in India, then a North Indian will learn not only Hindi, but English also. So he will be doubly qualified. Don't do this. Don't do this at all. Let us keep
Okay. Respect all languages.
forefathers have done.
Your message is to respect all languages.
All
Professor Sinha is here with me. Now, Professor
and-
Sinha,
and-
one of
and
the
think
arguments
of-
that is made about the
Madam.
use of Hindi is, one moment, sir, is that, English is often seen by many as an elite language. And this, in a sense, is to encourage Hindi as a language because it is seen by many. You were talking to me about your own experiences where English was often looked at as the language of the elite. So is this, in a sense, revenge for that?
Look, DMK and is raising the issue, and they are projecting is a dichotomy between the Hindi and Tamil or Hindi and a regional language. There is no dichotomous relationship between the Hindi or the regional languages. All Indian languages are national languages. I respect what Anand Murthy is saying. But the question is here, the respecting Hindi. Just have one point, Hindi is the third largest spoken language in the world. But United Nations, out of 6 languages which are the official languages of the United Nations, Hindi has no place because we are not respecting Hindi. It is not the question of imposing Hindi on the regional languages because the best poet and poetesses are in Tamils, in Malayalam, in Bangla. But we have to have an unfoldment of the culture through the language. So there should be a language policy, and I suggest that if we translate the Tamil and the Malayalam in Hindi and Hindi to Malayalam Tamil, there should be a long process. But by that time, Hindi should be a backup language. If you are accepting English as a backup language, we are not objecting the Tamil, we are not objecting Malayalam, but backup language should be Hindi. Why English? English is killing the diversities of India. English is killing the culture of India. English is creating a social divide in India.
Why is English killing the culture of India? I mean, isn't English a part of our culture as well? We've been ruled by the British for more than 200 years. It's a part of who we are. As much as Hindi is a part of who we are. One moment, Meena, 1 second. One second. Yeah. Why? Because, I mean, it is a part of our culture also. We study in English medium schools. It's a part of our history.
I'm not opposing English. I'm just telling that Hindi, Sanskrit and the regional languages are closer to each other. So cultural unfoldment is more easier, more convenient in Hindi and Tamil and Malayalam rather than the English. And moreover, I am telling you, in Meghalaya and Mizoram, they are English official languages. Local dialects are being killed under the influence of the church and the English. My point is that English represents the colonial language. That may be language of economy, that may be language of business. But what about the France? French is spoken. What about the Germany? Germany is spoken. What about the Spanish?
But my point is, Amina Kandasamy, I know you want to come here. My point is, Mr. Anandmurthy, just give me a second. I just want to bring everybody in.
Something,
Okay, sir, you go ahead, and then I'll bring Meena
May I
in.
say something?
Yes.
Just one point.
Excuse me?
Yes, Mr.
It is
Anandmurthy.
just this. I was president of Sahitya Academy, and if a Hindi writer comes to Karnataka and speaks in Hindi, I can easily get him translated into Kannada. But if a Kannada speaker goes to Lucknow, it is very difficult for me to find a Hindi translator. That means the Hindi people have not paid as much attention to South India as they have to English. Let them look into themselves. They pay more attention to English as writers, as scholars, as thinkers, and very little to South
Okay,
Indian
Professor
language.
Sinha has a quick response
Yes,
to that.
Tamil is
He
studied
agrees with you.
in America.
Here I endorse Mr. Anand Murthy that Hindi people have not paid so much attention which should be paid to the Tamils, Malayalam, Kannada.
Other regional languages.
But I am just pointing out that just one novel was published in Kannada and its translation was published, Vairappa's novel in Hindi. So now we are thinking there is no linguistic fundamentalism in India. We cannot have a linguistic fundamentalism in India. There is no dichotomy. No Hindi person hates the Tamil or Malayalam. We respect that. But there should be language policy. Under the language policy, I suggest the government of India to form an institution where the translation of the people like Anand Murthy should be in that institution, and the translation of the books from one language to another language should be done, because this is the only means for one language.
Okay, I want to take off on what you said on English.
Of the country.
That's an interesting point to make. Meena Kandasamy, the point is,
Nidhi,
how do you counter the impression that many have about English being the colonial language and the language of the elite in this country? Meena.
No, I think, English, of course, we can say that, perhaps it's a language of the elite, but we should not forget that this effort of the BJP to bring in Hindi is nothing but, part of the, cultural project of having a homogeneous India in which you have one unitary state, you have one unitary language, and possibly one unitary religion. So it's an absolute imposition on us, and it's the kind of homogeneity that the BJP seeks to thrust on all of us. So let's not forget that. And secondly, I think social media, especially where this circular has come from, is essentially English driven. But the reason is that we need social media is where public policy is being decided today and debated today. So to switch it to Hindi means basically people who are like us from the south will have no stake in what's going on.
I think that's
even if it's confined to just Hindi-speaking states.
That's a very unfair
one second. Because they say it's confined to Hindi-speaking states, but you're saying that you may want to know, for instance, what the UP government is tweeting about, and if it's going to be only in Hindi, you have a problem with that.
I want to know what is going on Badang, for instance.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yes,
I think India is a country for everybody. It should belong to everybody. Everybody should be able to take part in debates.
Okay, I have to come to Alec Padamsee. Miss Stanley, just give me a second. Alec Padamsee has been throwing up his hands in despair. Alec Padamsee, come in on this. How do you look at this debate tonight? One that is, extremely volatile. You can see it on the panel as well.
Yeah. I would just say that I think Hindi is a wonderful language. I also think Tamil is a wonderful language. So is Telugu, so is Malayalam, so is Kannada, so is Assamese, so is Punjabi. I could go on for Marathi, Gujarati. What basically I think the government is making a mistake, and maybe the circular was wrong, and that is that if it's only in Hindi-speaking states, what was the need for a circular? I don't get it. What I am saying about English as a linked language, and yes, it was a colonial language, but today it's become an international language. In all schools today, in Europe and everywhere else in the world, English has become the second language. Secondly, English, because of the net, I think basically the internet, everyone wants their children to be able to learn English. Schools in regional languages, whether it's Marathi or any other language, are being closed down and they're teaching them in English. There's nothing wrong with English, that's what I want to say. But most important, why can't the government think of popularizing Hindi? If they want it to be the national language, and I second that, I say good, but popularize it, make it popular, go to the south, move Bollywood films into the south, let people enjoy the language, and then automatically, without any farman from the government, they will begin to use it. That's all I have to say.
No, but Alec Padamsee, you support Hindi being declared the national language, because currently we don't have a national language in this country. Hindi and English are the official languages.
I didn't say that. No, I did not say that. I did not. I said if the government want Hindi to be the national language, let it be popularized, and then without any government farman, it will become the national language.
Okay.